All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're breaking down a really interesting investment opportunity that's all about the American supply chain. We're going to be looking at a company called Collier Transportation, and believe me, they have a unique angle that you're going to want to hear about.
Okay, so this quote really says it all, doesn't it? Invest in wheels that keep America moving. I mean, it's not just about making money. It's about being part of something absolutely essential. And that second part, secure government-backed perpetual income, now that is the hook right there.
So, let's get into the specifics. What are we actually talking about here? Well, this isn't your everyday run-of-the-mill trucking. We're diving deep into a very specific and powerful niche, heavy haul.
Now, you might be thinking, trucking, isn't that a tough business? And for normal trucking, yeah, you'd be right. It's totally oversaturated, there's so much competition, and that just crushes the profit margins. But heavy haul, that's a whole different ballgame. It costs a lot more to get started. We're talking over 350 grand, and that high price tag keeps a lot of people out. Less competition means, you guessed it, much healthier profits for those who are in.
And just because it's a niche doesn't mean it's small. Far from it. We are talking about a market that's projected to hit almost $42 billion by 2034. I mean, that's huge. And it makes perfect sense when you think about it. Construction, oil and gas, big manufacturing, they all need to move massive, oversized stuff. That demand isn't going anywhere. In fact, it's set to grow.
Okay, so the market opportunity is definitely there. It's big, it's growing, and it has high barriers to entry. So, what makes Collier Transportation so special? How do they carve out their piece of this massive pie? Let's get into their secret sauce.
This is really where it gets interesting. Collier talks about having an unfair advantage, and here's exactly what they mean. The usual way to get government contracts is through this s.gov system. It's a total maze. You're bidding against everyone, you might wait almost a year just to get in. It's a real grind. But Collier, they found a way to bypass all of that. They have a direct contract with the SDDC. That means no bidding wars. The work is just awarded directly to them. It's like having a private, direct pipeline for government jobs.
So what on earth is the STDC? Well, it stands for the Security Deployment Distribution Command. The simple way to think about it is like a private, exclusive job board just for the military and the government. And Collier says they have a direct line in, all thanks to a key relationship with a U.S. Marine Corps Master Sergeant who's one of the people handing out the work. You know, this isn't just a small detail. This access is the absolute cornerstone of their entire business model. And getting this kind of access isn't something you just sign up for on a Tuesday afternoon. No way. It's a seriously tough process. And the good news is, Collier has already jumped through all the hoops. We're talking about getting a special carrier code, setting up a specific bank account the government uses for super fast payments, completing the full, complex SDDC registration, and, get this, securing a $1 million performance bond. They've already done all the heavy lifting.
All right, so we've seen the market and we've seen Collier's unique advantage. Now let's shift gears and talk about you, the investor. If you put capital into this, what exactly happens to it? How does your money actually go to work?
This is designed to be a completely turnkey operation for you. That $350,000 investment covers the whole shebang. You're not just buying a piece of paper here. You're getting the actual physical assets, the truck and the special lowboy trailer that's needed for this kind of work. Plus, it covers setting up the business, all the registration, a budget for maintenance, and, this is key, a full-time team to manage and dispatch everything. You literally don't have to lift a finger. So, let's take a quick look at where that money goes. As you can see, the biggest slice of the pie, about 40%, goes straight into buying the hard assets, that truck and trailer. The rest is smartly budgeted out for things like maintenance, getting the business set up properly, and paying for that all-important management team.
You've got a choice in how you want to structure this, which is really nice. You can be a completely silent investor. You put in the capital, you get the passive income, simple as that. Or you can set up your own LLC to own the truck. This gives you direct ownership of the asset and can come with some fantastic tax benefits on top of the revenue stream.
Okay, now for the main event, the part everyone's been waiting for. Let's talk about the numbers. What do the financial projections actually look like for an investor in this unique setup?
The headline number is pretty staggering, honestly. We're talking about a projected minimum monthly profit, that's to you, the investor, of over $20,000. And they say this isn't something you wait a year for. That cash flow is expected to start hitting your account within just 60 days. That is an incredibly fast start.
So, you take that 20 grand a month figure, and what does that look like over a full year? Well, it works out to a projected return on investment of 75%, in year one alone. That's a massive first-year return, and it's a huge reason why this model pays back so quickly.
So how long until you get your initial investment back? Based on these numbers, the forecast is 18 months, maybe even less. Think about that for a second. In a year and a half, you could recoup your entire capital, and from that point forward, it's just pure profit from an asset that you own.
So you might be wondering, where does that $20,000 number come from exactly? Well, let's break it down. You start with the gross earnings for the truck in a month, which is around 58 grand here. Then you take out all the operating expenses. What's left is the net profit, and that gets split. You, the investor, you get the lion's share, 60%, which in this example comes out to over $22,000.
And the great thing is, this isn't an asset that just flatlines. The projections show steady growth year after year. The truck's total earnings are expected to climb from around $660,000 in the first year to over $850,000 by year 3. So this is an asset that's built to appreciate in earning power over the long haul.
Okay, whenever you see numbers this good, the first question should always be, what's the catch? What's the risk? And that's exactly what we should talk about. So let's tackle security head-on and see how this investment is protected.
The security here really comes down to a few key things. First and foremost, you own a real tangible asset. This isn't just a number on a screen. Second, your income is coming from a sector that's known to be pretty recession-resistant. People always need to move big stuff. Third, the work is backed by federal contracts. And finally, the profit-sharing model is huge. Collier doesn't make money unless you make money. Your interests are perfectly aligned.
So, to boil it all down, your security rests on 3 powerful pillars. 1, it's asset-backed. You own the truck. 2, it's government contracted. Your income source is as stable as it gets. And 3, it's professionally managed by a proven system designed to keep things running smoothly and profitably.
Okay, so we've walked through the whole opportunity. The market, the unique advantage, what the investment looks like, the potential returns, and of course, the security built into it. So if this sounds interesting to you, what's next? And this is really important. Timing is critical here. This whole opportunity is tied to a specific STDC expansion, and they need these trucks and trailers on the ground and ready to go by early October. That means the window to get involved is closing pretty fast. So we'll leave you with this question to think about. Are you ready to secure your own stream of government-backed perpetual income? If the answer is yes, then the next step is simple. Schedule a call with Collier to get the ball rolling and finalize your participation.